Okay, I'm going to show you how to multiply a two-digit number by a two-digit number using the box method. We're going to start with expanding our first factor, 23, just the way we did last week, down into two parts. We've got 20 and 3. And then on the side here, we are going to expand 46 into two parts, which would be 40 and 6. And just like last week, we then draw our box. It can be a little bit bigger or smaller, doesn't really matter. And we just see where the two numbers meet, and that's where we should write that product. So 4 times 2 is 8, and then we have a 0 from both of those numbers that need to come into that box. So 800 would be the correct answer for that box. 40 times 3, so we'll just do 4 times 3, which we know is 12. And there's only one 0 this time, so we'll just put 1 0 in there. Then we have 6 times 20, or 6 times 2, which is 12. Bring down that 1 0. And then in our last box, we need to do 6 times 3, which would be 18. After we have all of those parts multiplied, we do just like last week, and we set up an addition sentence with all of those parts. And add those up. So the total product would be 1,058. And I would write that up here next to my original problem. Now, one thing that's really fun for kids that we've been doing this week in class is after they solve the problem given to them, I've been letting them check their work using a calculator. And that has seemed to spark some interest. The students really like to be able to do that. So if you have a calculator handy at home, or if you have one on your smartphone, that is certainly something that you can use to encourage your child to do the practice and then check to see if they're correct. If they find that they are not correct, then what they need to do is go back and check each of their parts to see where they made an error. And what I have noticed is that the errors that they are making is typically with those zeros. So make sure they're remembering to pull the zeros from the numbers that they're originally multiplying. And also I've noticed when they are setting up their addition sentence, sometimes they are maybe putting their number in the wrong place. And so when they add, they're coming up with a different answer. So you could also work to make sure that your child is setting that up correctly. We are not doing the traditional algorithm just yet, so I would prefer the students not use that method unless they are very comfortable with that. We want them to understand this method to build that foundation for the future. So thank you so much for your support, and I hope this helps.